All right, guys. So I'm here today with Julia Dorsey, a University of North Carolina women's soccer player. Julia is a rising sophomore, class of 2023 defender from Baltimore, Maryland. I just want to say thank you, Julia, for being here today and taking the time to do this. I know everyone at LRT Sports, and especially I, really appreciate it. But more importantly, all the high school athletes who watch this are going to appreciate it as well. So thank you for being here today.
Of course.
And then so I just going to rip through some questions. There's about 16 total. So the first one is, what is the best advice that Coach Dorrance has given you or the team as a whole?
I think one of the things we do as a team is we have these 13 core values. And every summer, each class is assigned to memorize certain quotes that align with those values. And I think just going into college, your life is changing. You're put on with a lot more responsibilities, and just structuring your life around those core values that our team holds has been really important to me this past year.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's cool that you guys do that. And then how many other colleges did you look at before you decided on UNC, and what was the deciding factor?
I visited about 5 schools, including UNC, and I talked to a few on the phone, but I kind of knew what I wanted going into the recruiting process. And when I got to UNC, the first time I went was freshman year, and I just loved the campus, and I really loved just the atmosphere of the university along with the coaching staff and the teams.
Gotcha. That's good. And then the next one is, should recruits be prepared to play different positions in college if the coach asks them to?
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of coaches look for versatility in players. And with college rosters usually being pretty large, you want to get playing time anywhere you can on the field. So I think you should be prepared to take what the coaches give you and play anywhere.
Yeah, for sure. And then what showcases should high school athletes attend if they want to get noticed by UNC coaches, or what is the best way for high school athletes just to get noticed by your coaches?
I would say, obviously with what's going on this year, it isn't possible, but going to the camps or they go to a lot of tournaments. I played for ECNL, and they would go to those tournaments, or DA, academy showcases, just going to club games a lot. So if you reach out to them, I'm sure they would go watch.
Yeah. And then this is kind of a simple one, but what can an athlete do to get kicked off the team?
I'm just breaking the team culture rules. I think just not being a good teammate or not keeping up with the academic standard at the university.
Yeah.
Don't think it happens very often.
Yeah, for sure. And then looking back on your recruiting process, would you change anything if you could?
Not really. I ended up exactly where I wanted to, where I fell in love with the school and the program. And I've had a great first year there and loved it. So I think just keeping for me, I kind of knew what I wanted going into the process, which I know that isn't true with everyone. So just kind of figuring out what kind of school you want and what kind of program you want to be a part of.
Yeah, for sure. And then do you have a quick recruiting horror story, or know of a story where something went terribly wrong with recruiting?
I heard recently that a few people have gotten in trouble from posting inappropriate or things on social media. So I feel like just being careful about that.
Yeah.
because coaches do care about what you post.
Yeah, for sure. I think I saw the same stuff, so I know what you're talking about with that. I feel like that's just like a good piece of advice. Just don't be an idiot on social media.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, so LRT Sports actually interviewed your head coach a little while back. What is it like playing for such a legendary coach?
I mean, I was so nervous when I first got to school, like in the summer, whenever he talked to me, I was so nervous around him. But I think he has so much experience and knowledge that it's really cool just to have conversations with him and talk to him and hear what he has to say on things. Like I've learned so much from him just this past year. So he's just, and like also just such an honor to play for him with all the amazing players that have played for him as well. To wear the same jersey is really cool.
Gotcha. And then what was the most significant difference you noticed in the game of soccer when you transitioned from high school to college?
Definitely the speed of play. Like when you get to the higher level, everyone's quicker, everyone's stronger, more technical. So I think that was probably the biggest change, just speed.
I feel like that's what it's like, honestly, for every sport, like lacrosse, hockey, whatever. Everything's just so much faster.
Yeah.
And then a couple more like serious ones. Were your parents involved in your recruiting process? And if so, were they balanced in their involvement, or were they involved a little bit too much? And what advice can you give to parents on like controlling their child's recruiting process?
My parents were super laid back. They would just pretty much just go with me on visits. But I would say, and like it was kind of my club team's philosophy was it's not the parents' journey, it's the kids' journey. It's their choice that they're the ones that and ultimately end up going to the school. So my advice would be let it be the kids' journey. So hands off.
Gotcha. And then we kind of talked about that one, so I'm not going to ask. What are 3 key ingredients that you think any athlete needs to play soccer at the collegiate level?
So this kind of like my team's mantra, actually. You need competitive fire, self-belief, and self-discipline, I'd say. Those are the big 3, and we talk about that a lot as a team.
Yeah, those are 3 good ones for sure. And then
Sorry.
you're good. And then the last serious one is, what are 2 do's and don'ts when a recruit goes on an official visit at UNC?
Megan, can you repeat that?
Yeah, for sure. The last serious one is, what are 2 do's and don'ts when a recruit?
Do you mind repeating that?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It's what are 2 do's and don'ts when a recruit goes on an official visit at UNC?
I'd say definitely take the time to really see the whole campus because it's worth it. Definitely go to Franklin Street. And 2 don'ts. I don't know.
Just like, don't be an idiot.
Yeah, like be polite.
Yeah.
And I don't know, just take advantage of being at the school. Gotcha. I don't know what 2 don'ts would be. Sorry.
All good. And then 3 last ones are like fun ones. What was the funniest thing you've seen on the field during a game?
The funniest thing.
Or like craziest thing?
Craziest thing I've seen in a game. I don't know. Sorry. Sometimes the student sections are pretty funny, like like picking on people, but that's about it.
Gotcha. And then, do you have like a pregame song or genre of music?
Before every game, our team plays "Get Out of Your Mind," so we do that before we go out every day.
Nice. And then last one, what is your go-to pregame meal?
I always go to Panera and get a chicken Caesar salad and bread.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that as well. But yeah, honestly, that's all I have for you today. Just wanted to say thank you for taking the time to do this. I know that, like I said earlier, everyone at LRT Sports and I appreciate it. And then all the next generation of high school athletes, specifically young soccer players who watch this, are really going to appreciate it. So, yeah, thank you very much and have a good one.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. See ya.